Welcome back. Let me introduce to you another statement. I'll take off this and I'll introduce, of course, something new here. I want to write a text that will not be part of the code. So I'll start with a / and say, in this video, we are looking at the input statements. So this statement that I've written here is not a programming statement. It's what we call a comment. Comments are texts that we write in our source code that are not part of the code, that are not part of the program. They are just used to describe our program or the parts of our program. This is good for maintenance of our program later, or for somebody to easily understand our program. When our program becomes complex, the comments will be very necessary to explain some parts of the program so that the other programmers who land into your program should be able to understand and maintain your code. So the comments are written in two ways. The first way is to write them using / like this. So whatever we write in that particular line to the end of that line, from where this / is, becomes a comment. And another way is to use a single star, / and a single star like that one, and we can end it with that. So any text that is written inside here will be a comment, and with this we'll be able to have a multi-line. So we use this one for multi-line comment. So our comment can continue here, and we can continue writing our comment whether in Chichewa, in Yao, in Chiangonde, or any other language. We can be putting our comments here. So that's a multi-line comment. It can be at the very beginning if you want to describe the whole program, to say this program does what. So you can have your comment written up there. But in our case, one line is enough. We just wanted to show that we are dealing with input statements. Okay, let's begin. So to create an input statement, we need a variable. Why is it so? We are getting value from the user. Inputs are used to get values from the keyboard. So that value must be stored somewhere. So in C++, we use cin for the input, but we need to have a variable. So let's, for example, create a variable age of data type integer, and let's give it let's not give it any value. The value is going to come from the user. It's going to come from the keyboard. We're going to ask them, enter maybe your age. So we need now that we have the variable with us, we can use the input statement, which is cin. We're just using cin here because we have included this statement using namespace std. So the cin will work. Without that, we are supposed to be writing std : cin. So this is cin is an opposite of cout, and the arrows here, you can see they have changed the direction. So we are saying cin h. To understand what's happening here, we are saying get some input, and that input we are getting the input from a standard input device, in this case a keyboard. So get some input from input device, or whatever input comes from input device, we are directing it to H. We are pushing it to H. Whatever somebody enters from the keyboard, we want it to go into H. We are redirecting it to H. With the output statement, we are saying cout like this, and we are saying whatever is here should be redirected to, so the arrows are indicating where the thing is going. It should be redirected to standard output. But here we are saying whatever is coming from standard input should be redirected to a variable here. Okay, so this statement will help us get the value. Then afterwards, when the value is gotten, we can try maybe to display that value or use it in some other calculations or whatever. But for now, I just wanted to display this, and I'll say my age is, or maybe I'll say your age is something like that. And after this I can after this I can put my age there, something like that. Okay, so if I'm to compile, I want to see what will be the impact of this one. But before we go there, when we are running our program, it stops where there is a cin waiting for you to enter the value. So we compile and we run. So here it's not showing anything apart from the blinking window there. It's just blinking. So we need to type something. It's waiting for us to type something. So I can say 25 and press enter. Now it will say your age is 25. So this 25 is what we entered. Now we are making our program not always to show the same number. If I run it again and I put 30, it will say your age is 30, something like that. So if I put 16, it will say your age is 16. So we are now able to get a dynamic value. We are able to get any value from the user, and we can use that value now to do the processing. Now we are making our program to be behaving the right way, because the program has to interact with users to get its values. So that's input statement. We are going to be using the input statement again and again, but sometimes before we go, here as we saw, when we compile it and run it, it just shows the blinking line. Sometimes we may want it to guide the user to say what should be entered there. So before the input statement, you can slot in an output statement just to guide the user. So you say enter your age please, or just enter your age. So you can put anything. Maybe I just want my age to be written after these signs. It's up to me. And semicolon. So if I compile and run my program, now I'm going to have something enter your age, and the case is there. So this is now somehow more guiding to the user. They will know what to enter there, unlike in the past on the previous one where we just had the blinking sign without knowing. Somebody will start typing a name there. So maybe 14, then your age is 14. So that's how we use the cin, and the cin statement or input statement. We have gone through 3 types of statements: the input statement, the output statement, and the declaration statement. In our next video, we are going to look at the assignment statements and other expressions.